Alright, wanted to do a pretty quick build overview kind of character setup, day 2/3-ish thingy for my grenade witch hunter. So I'm gonna kind of cover everything that I have on this character right now. I'm in, like, I guess relatively early maps, T5, T6, T7s at the moment. And I'll go over like specifics like gem info, passive tree stuff. Just keep in mind that those things are probably pretty prone to be changing a lot, but the core setup of just kind of heavy grenade usage is, I think, pretty locked in. Got room for some more expansion of other gems and stuff if I come up with things to use, but the core is looking quite nice. So yeah, it's a very grenade focused build. Pretty much only grenades, at least for the actual damage dealing. I'm currently using voltaic grenade, flash grenade, and gas grenade. Gas grenade is the main damage dealer. Flash grenade and voltaic are kind of like supplementary damage and CC. Voltaic is nice because it can sometimes shock. And then flame wall is the primary skill for ignition for the gas clouds on the gas grenade. And then I also have a Herald of Ash and an overwhelming presence, along with vitality and clarity support for some sustain. So I'm gonna do these support gems really quickly. Voltaic grenade has lightning infusion, lightning pen, payload. Flash grenade has scatter shot, magnified effect, immolate. Gas grenade has inspiration, fire pen, primal armament. If you have a ton of mana on your gear, you could probably drop inspiration for another damage thing, but the damage or the mana cost is quite high. Flame wall has fortress, persistence, and arcane tempo. And then I have down here as well something that you can use that I haven't really messed around with yet. It would probably be more for like single target damage, is an oil grenade. Mostly just it applies a exposure debuff. And then I had it linked to extra ignite duration and the exposure effect, but I'm not using this right now. I just don't feel like I need it. And passive tree on Witch Hunter, I have the concentration nodes. I think they're doing quite nicely, as well as the explosion node. I got explosion node first for my first ascend, and then I dropped it to get this 4-point combo on my next ascend, and then I got it back on the third one. Passive tree is a lot of AoE, just two-hander stuff. Decent bit, I think, of armor evasion. Grenade nodes, cooldown, more AoE. Attack speed. Attack speed's actually really nice once you get your cooldown up pretty high and you're able to sustain mana of spamming. More grenade. Some ailment related stuff. Might be getting some more ailment related stuff soon. And then over this way, a little bit more ailment, and this one, physical taken as fire. Some nice defense. Alright, so I'm gonna pop in a map. Show how it plays. Let's not do a tower, let's do just like a normal layout. Basically, you would use flash grenade, voltaic grenade, they just pop, they explode, they hit enemies. Like this. Surprise! And then the gas grenade will do damage once it's ignited, which normally for trash, you would need to be pressing an extra button to get a skill out to ignite it. But we have a trick up our sleeve. I found these boots, Birth of Fury. They drop ignited ground. You can see it under my feet as I run around. This ignited ground instantly ignites the gas clouds and lets me use one button gas grenade for clear as well. And since it does a ton of damage on the gas grenades, like I said, it's the main damage dealer, it does a crazy amount of damage. That's really nice. And basically, any part of the gas has to touch the burning ground and it all blows up, or if any enemy gets ignited by this, it has to touch the enemy because ignited enemies work as well. And there is also this item, this helmet, which ignites enemies in your presence. Could be used as an alternative. Basically, you would shoot it at an enemy that's ignited, and the ignited enemies will also set off the gas grenade. But I didn't find that. I found the boots. Either one should work pretty much the same. And then yeah, so with that activated, I don't need to cast Flame Wall really at all. I still will use it on boss since I can use it to get an ignite on an enemy from a distance. But for clearing, I can just run around and shoot out my gas grenades, and they blow up no problem. This isn't the boss map, so I can't really show the boss damage here. But I would say it's pretty high damage. You can find like a tanky rare mob probably at some point. You'll get an idea, hopefully. Oh, I picked a bad map. The levers. But I'm kind of just like running around, pressing my grenades. Not too much thought to it. Flash grenade will take if I need to CC mobs. Gas if I need to do damage. And I mean, that's pretty much the basic setup. So the one thing that I need to address is why I'm using these weird ignite effects to trigger the gas grenade, when gas grenade itself mentions using detonator skills, which mercenary crossbows gets, which is explosive shot and explosive grenade. As far as I can tell, these are like bugged. And if I pop in explosive shot here, and I was to load some ammo for it, that's flash.
Reload.
Shot. And then, so that shoots it. So when I shoot my gas grenades, I have a bunch of clouds, and I do this, and they all get detonated. If you stack multiple shots worth of gas grenades like this together, like you probably would on a boss for damage, when you detonate them all at once, it doesn't do the full shotgun damage. I don't know why. It's like I could shoot 4 sets of 3, and as far as I can tell, it does like 1 set of 3's worth of explosions to the boss. So you're losing 3 whole sets of gas grenades. Whereas if you have like the boss ignited, so that when you shoot the grenades out, they are detonating instantly, the gas, it bypasses that problem, and your damage will absolutely skyrocket compared to if you are trying to detonate manually. It's like a night and day difference. It's not even remotely close. It's like probably 3x, 4x your total DPS. So yeah, you definitely want an ignite effect, whether it be on the ground or on enemies. Like I said, flame wall. I tried other skills for the ignites as well. Like there's a what it's called, incendiary shot has a bunch of ignite chance, but the problem with like skills that ignite by hitting is it's always a function of kind of how much health the mob has. So the tankier the mobs get, the lower your chance to ignite. So it's like I don't think you ever can really get it to 100% chance to always ignite everything in one shot. I could be wrong on that. We'll see. Time will tell. But flame wall, on the other hand, if the enemy passes through it, they get ignited, and that ignite also lingers. Like if they run through it, they stay ignited for the ignite duration. And since any ignited enemy can pop the gas clouds, like you can see the flame wall itself doesn't pop the gas clouds, but if there's an enemy within the flames of the wall, they will pop the cloud and instantly deal damage themselves. Yeah, so that's kind of just the core setup. The mapping feels, I would think, pretty smooth. I don't have a ton to compare to, obviously, because I haven't played anything else. But it's pretty straightforward. Like I have a few buttons to press. The mana costs do get pretty intensive. I had some mana on gear for a while, and it made it a lot smoother. It was really nice. Like I didn't even have to think about mana. I've since like replaced, I think, just about every mana roll I had on gear, and now I have to like occasionally pop a mana flask. But if you get a flask with passive charge generation, it seems to be not an issue. You just have to be conscious of that. Okay, here's a rare mob. If we just spam our gas grenades, they just kind of die. And then, even on rare mobs, like 1 set of flash grenades is usually enough to just heavy stun them, and you can usually kill them within the window of that stun.
Need more time.
Yeah, that's a build. Really quickly, gear. I mean, pretty much every piece of gear is just whatever I can find, other than like the unique boots. Life and resists, pretty much really basic. Only thing to keep note of really is the crossbow bases that have grenade skills fire an additional projectile. that implicit is extremely valuable here. Like, I had a level 33 crossbow base that I used all the way up until like level 60 until I could get the next base with the grenade skill mod on it. Yeah, definitely worth it. And your damage is high enough that you actually can get away with like mid 50 levels with a level 33 crossbow. Yeah, that's my setup for my grenade guy as of right now. Things will definitely continue to keep changing. I've been experimenting, tinkering with whatever as I'm finding new ideas to mess with it. But the basic setup feels like it's kind of owning, to be honest. I like it. Thanks for watching. See you.